Hey guys, let me get Sid up here. God, I look washed out on that, don't I? Do I? I do. Oh, I gotta do the comments. Hey Denise. Hey Stacy. Hey Emily. Sidalicious is your favorite, huh? Hey Brooke. Oh, we got some Sid lovers on here. Hey Gabby, Michelle, Chastity, Nikki. How you guys doing tonight? Everybody doing good? Wait a few minutes. Let's see. I'm going to. So if you're on the reader page, I'm running a banner, which is kind of cool. Ron figured that out, and it tells you how you can go. So far, I don't see a Facebook user. I see one. Yes, you are still a Facebook person. So down there on the bottom, it's scrolling across to tell you how to do it and where you have to go. Late night coffee. So I will drink coffee, but I can't drink. I can only drink decaf. I drank my husband's coffee one time. Went to the grocery store and had to sit down in the grocery store. I got the shakes so bad. True story. Sometimes I'll do half and half. They've got the. It's hard to find though. Half decaffeinated, half caffeine. Oh, Denise, we had for 2 days. We had like 66, 65-degree weather, and today we're back to 30s, and it is going to get. I guess we're going to get ice again tomorrow. Boo. Hey, Pam. Your mom was on was the Facebook user the last time. Oh, that cracks me up. So I'm going to try to remember. So if you're watching on YouTube, you guys don't see the comments. So I'm going to try to bring them up if I don't forget, so you know what I'm talking about, and I don't have to read it. So, is it if it's strong? Then no, I'd probably be in bad shape. I just, Pam, I just get the shakes like crazy. Da, da, da. Let's see, we got 14. So, quick question, guys. Um, you need coffee? Get you some coffee. Get you some coffee and relax. I have more sugar in my coffee. That's probably worse. Decaffeinated with like more sugar than coffee, probably. I'd probably be better off drinking the caffeinated. Yeah, I'm on them right now, and I've had to go back and forth on Sid and kind of get back in the headspace. And I don't know, that book. I really enjoyed that book, and there's a character that's coming back actually at the very beginning of Lana's book. So this person, I almost said it. I don't want to say it, but this person I think you guys are going to really like, and she's going to be a part of it. So I almost said her name. No way. Where'd you go, Denise? You've never had coffee? My husband, if he don't have his coffee, it's not good. It's not good at all. Yep, I said it. I'm not going to put it up there, so you guys can look at the comments and see. You've never had coffee ever. Cody's girlfriend, Helena, she drinks iced coffee, and I love her, but I cannot. If my coffee gets a little cold, I'm either done with it or I'm putting it in the microwave. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Jessa, I didn't see you pop in. So, yeah, we are on Sid. Probably, I can't say Sid is my favorite character, but I love writing Sid. And he just has those comebacks, and you always know if he's in the room, especially with Sloane. It's like he really likes to just jab at Sloane. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Christine. Christine, I did see your message right before I was getting ready to get on. Send Cody, if you can, that message that you asked me, because I'm going to have to ask him if that's okay. So you'll know what I'm talking about. My favorite, Emily, that's a hard question. My favorite protector, oh my gosh. I don't know, honestly. I think they're all my favorite characters in different ways, but I would have to say Slade. I love the buildup of his story with Jill, which started in Duncan and continued. So, yeah. Hi, Donna. You're forgiven. I just want to say, too, Donna, she does so much for me. And Donna, I don't say it enough. I appreciate you so much. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And if I know authors have tried to steal you from me, I don't know what I would do if you left me. Don't ever leave me, Donna. Don't ever leave me. Thank you, Christine. If he doesn't answer, then write me back and I'll get a hold of him so he can answer that for you. Yeah, trying to decide who my favorite character is. I guess they all have a certain place in my heart, I guess you could say. Out of the female characters, I would have to say Jill is my favorite. I will hunt you down, Donna, and beg you, please don't leave me. I will share you, kinda, but don't leave me. I don't know. Donna asked, where'd you come up with Sidalicious? Do you guys remember who gave him that name? Who remembers? Katrina is one of my favorite characters too. Christine. Jill and Katrina are two of my favorite. I cannot wait to write Katrina's book. Should have made a bowl of chili for tonight. I love that. Yep. Christine. Right, the nurse from that was a funny part. That really, and I don't know how that just, I was just writing it, and when she popped in, I think actually it wasn't in the first draft. I think I ended up putting that in the second draft. I'll have to ask Donna that. She'll remember that. Yeah, it was the nurse. Yes. So Katrina, Donna gave me a list and she said, "Hey, I'm just giving you this list." Donna probably thinks, "Oh, she didn't read it." I did read your list, Donna. I actually have it in my back pocket, by the way. So I'll go over a few of these tonight. Yeah, I thought it was Donna. I thought it wasn't. Sidalicious was in the second draft. And sometimes when I do my books, my autograph books, I sign. Hope you enjoy Sidalicious. Yeah, I thought it was in the second draft. So where was I? Da, da, da. Donna. Donna wrote me. So what this paper is that I have printed out. I don't know why it's in my back pocket. Actually, I do know why. But she said that, you know, I had mentioned Katrina's brother, and was he coming back? I said he was, and he will. But that may not be until her book. So the thing with series, when you write a series, I don't want you, she says, we know nothing about Riker, really. Well, you're going to, big time. I like to put in, especially if I'm not ready to do their main story, I like to hint. I like to see what the readers are thinking about that character. And if I get a good response, then they will get their own book. That's the way I listen to the readers. When when a character doesn't get a lot of talk, like on the social media, with you guys, and I'm thinking, well, maybe not. So, hey, Kathy. Hey, Justine. I'm glad you're here. But with Sid, I needed to really find a good match for him in a female. And I think, I think Lana she's a good match for him. I don't think I could see him with anyone else for sure. I enjoyed writing Blaze's book because of Katrina, to be honest with you. I love his character, but I don't know, she kind of edges more for me. I really liked writing her. I hope you can stay for a few, Justine, because I'm going to be mentioning you here very soon. And I don't. So his cooking skills with Sid, I can't cook. I'll tell you that right now. I can do. I made Ron and egg sandwich today. Turned out all right. Um, my mom, we call her Chef Mama. She's an amazing cook. I did not get that from her. I mean, we wouldn't starve, but I'm just not a cook. And why I made him a cook, I don't know. It just fit for some reason. Plus, I think it's kind of funny. Even though like my vampires, they don't have to eat regular food. They enjoy regular food. They don't have to survive. They have to have blood to survive. But I thought that, I don't know, I thought that was just kind of different, to have him be a cook and be in the food like that. So I think I'm going to take this off here at the bottom. There you go. Now, if I see a Facebook user, I'll put it back up. So Donna asks, will I be bringing back the blood donors? Yes. You're going to see a shift in the books. As I have been rereading on up, I love where I've taken the series, but I'm going to kind of be doing a little bit of what I did at the beginning into these books coming up. I know that probably, I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. In my head, it makes sense, which is scary. But yes, the blood donors will be coming back. I'm reading your comments if you guys are wondering what I'm doing. It looks like, I don't know, it looks like I'm staring at Sid's cover. Yeah, the kitchen rules. Sid and his Christy, how are you? I miss you. I don't see you a lot. And I don't know. He just takes his kitchen, which I think is kind of funny too, because you would think a bunch of warriors are, what I don't know. I've kind of made them kind of neat, where they put the dishes. But I think if they didn't, Sid would like lose his shit more or less if they didn't keep his kitchen clean. Well, it's good to see you, Christy. I'm counting his muscles. Yeah. All right, Gabby, when you come up with characters, do you have a name since the beginning, or do you just know? The main characters, I know their names before I start writing, but Orgel, he just got thrown in there. I didn't know the bad guy's name. Usually the bad guys, I don't know what their names are going to be. And I've actually changed them before. It's just when I'm writing, I'm like, oh, that don't fit. That don't sound right. So yeah, the main characters, I have their names already. And I think I am, once I get to it, I'm going to probably do another contest for you guys to name a warrior, which I love to do. I've come up with a few names because of you guys. Okay, I'm trying not to miss any questions. Oh my god. Yes. I think we talked about this last week. That is probably one of my favorite scenes because of course it was Jill and Slade. But Sid thought he really didn't get it at first. He thought he was doing something good because the female blood donors didn't want to have nothing to do with Jill. It was just, as you guys know. So Sid, being Sid, thought, well, I'll get her some male blood donors. And when they showed up, yeah, that was fun to write. I enjoyed that. Yeah, Justine, and that's what I had planned on doing. But then sometimes things just happen, which when you're writing, and like I said, I don't want to rewrite things that I've already written. I want each book to be different, even though it's the same characters that you've read about. That is so important to me, that you get a new book and not just something, you know, that's the same for the other, from the other books, from books 1 through whatever. So I try so hard to do that, because I don't want you reading the same thing over and over again. And in order to do that, you have to bring in different circumstances and different characters, and you know, try to make sure you tie things up. Um, so like with Katrina and her brother, that will be tied up. Daniel will be tied up. Um, the other question I get, not just Donna, I've gotten from others. Vanessa, do you guys remember who Vanessa was? Hi, Mark. How are you, buddy? I'm glad you're here. But Vanessa will be back. I just wasn't feeling it when writing it at that time. Does anybody remember Vanessa? Okay. So she will be back. Val, if you guys remember Val, he will be back. I think that was kind of hinted at in the last couple books. Kane, who I really like his character, he is definitely going to have a book. Whether, we'll tie that in somehow to the Protectors. Definitely, because I really loved his character. And then she said Kane and Vanessa ? She's sneaky. Donna's sneaky like that. I know what you're doing there, Donna. And a lot of people ask me about Dylan and Philip. They will be back. I know they're from the first couple books. I'm not feeling them yet, but I will, because they deserve a story. But I will start working them in. So for everybody that's been asking about that. What's the other thing? Oh, the last one I gotta talk to Donna about, because I'm not for sure. Hey, Kimberly. I remember them days of parent-teacher conferences. That could happen, Mark. That may happen. We'll see. We will see about that. Yes, Jessa. All that'll be tied in. Yeah. I'm fighting with myself on how that's going to go. And that's kind of why this book is taking a little bit longer, because it's kind of the setup for the next one. And the one after that, actually, too. So I want to make sure that I do it right. Mark, I know. When I did the last book, I really realized how much I enjoyed writing that. And really, writing the wolves was a fluke for me, because I never planned on writing shifters, only vampires. And I was asked to be in a box set, and it was at shifters only. And I was like really hesitant to do that. And I'm glad that, and I was nervous about doing it, because I wasn't a big shifter reader. So I wasn't for sure, about that genre. And I am so glad that I did those books. Oh, yeah, that was Vanessa, Stacy. I know, Sam. You'll see more of him too in the Lee County Wolves. I've actually read more shifter, and I know shifter books are huge. I mean, there's so many different shifter books. But and then I started writing in the Magic and Mayhem's universe, Robin Peterman's universe, and there's a lot of shifter stuff in there, which Lee County Wolves had me prepared, because honestly, as much as I was so honored when Robin Peterman came out to me and said, I want you to write in my Magic and Mayhem world. At the time it was world, but now it's universe. And I was like, absolutely. But if she would have asked me and I hadn't written a shifter, I probably would have said no. Only because I respect her so much and I respect the other authors that if I didn't feel that I could do it the right way, that it was, good enough, I wouldn't have wanted to commit. So yeah, that box set and Forbidden Hunger, writing that book opened doors for me. Especially the door with writing with Robin, because I just adore her. I adore her universe, and yeah, and the other authors, everybody gets along so well, and that is so rare sometimes, But yeah. So yeah, if you haven't read the Magic and Mayhem universe books, my Wicked series, or actually any of the other ones, you really, I can guarantee you will find some new authors that you will absolutely love in that universe. Who would I love to co-write with? I mean, besides Teresa. Well, I did co-write with Victoria Dannon. Teresa has song. Well, you know what my answer is going to be. Who do you guys think I would like to co-author? Who is my favorite paranormal author of all time? I know you guys know this. Jessa. Taz is probably one of my favorite wolves. And that's another thing. I mean, they all have like a different liking for me, I guess. See, we're off on all other books. We start with the book I'm supposed to be doing. Did anybody happen to pick up Sid's recipe thing book? Anybody using it? Just curious. Yeah, he's walking around with a big head about that. Sherilyn Kenyon. Yep. I would absolutely love to do something with Sherilyn Kenyon. Yep. All three of them. Me and Cody, later on down the road, I think we're talking about doing, but something totally out of my genre, which is horror. So yeah, look for that. Honestly, co-writing with somebody is really, it can be really difficult. And so far I've been very lucky. But, the first thing that I tell the person, I told Victoria, I told Teresa, I will not let this, if this don't work, we'll scrap it. It don't work. And we will move on and we will love each other just the same, because I will not let something like that become, in between a friendship. So we agree. That was one of my things. That is my big, big, big thing with co-authoring with someone. if it's not going to work, it's not going to work, and we will move on and just say, hey, we gave it a try. Because it can get difficult at times. You got two creative people, and I'm pretty easygoing, but so far I've been very lucky. Very lucky. Me and Teresa, me and Victoria did fine. Me and Teresa were probably pretty much the same, which is scary. Scary for her. Hey, Nora. Hey, you are here. That's all that matters. That's all that counts, is you're here. Yes. I have written a character and gotten angry where it took me. So, I think with Jared, when I wrote him, when he kind of got, his weird attitude with Tessa, I think I was more angry. I don't know how to explain it. I think it was because I knew how you guys were going to react, and I knew how well he was loved by so many people, and I was kind of angry after the fact because I thought, man, I hope I didn't just ruin his character. But I always wanted to, and I'm still kind of trying to redeem him, because I think in some readers' eyes, what he did is unredeemable, and he didn't cheat. And that's usually a big one. When you have a well-loved character who cheats on their person, yeah. Ooh, you can get some. I have an author friend that did that and got a lot of hate. Ooh-wee. So, but even the little stuff that I did with him, I mean, people are still angry with him. So, there was another question that I'm going to answer here in a minute, that I've been getting asked here lately. Oh, let me look and see what else is here. Yeah, Sid, I always liked his relationship with Jill. Even with Adam. So at the end of, yeah. I like his relationship with the younger ones too. Hey, I know our internet used to, and we got new internet, so yay. Hey, Francesca. Here goes Donna. We're starting on. I got a comment on the YouTube channel, and it was funny because she said, Jax rocks, Jared blah blah blah. I was like, oh. I said, I told her, I said, I won't tell Donna you said that. See? Mickey, I promise I'm still trying to redeem Jared. I'm going to do it one way or another. Yes. I think I know how I can do it, but I just have to pull it off. Thank you for that, Kimberly. And that's what I strive to do with each book. To me, to be honest with you, if everything was hunky dory all the time, I'd be bored to tears. I think it's important to have all emotions, and just like you said, kind of, even though they're vampires, I want people to see this as real life, even though it's fiction. But I want people to maybe see us I get messages sometimes, I've been, somebody tells me, I went through this. Thank you for writing this in this way, or, whatever. I want funny moments. I want action moments. I want, you know, readers to be pissed off moments. I want all that. To me, makes a book enjoyable. If I get all those emotions, even though if I'm sad and I'm reading and I'm still reading a sad part, you know, most of the books that I read, it also has humor. There's also a pick me up. So I really try to do that too. And the thing of it is too, I like to see like Sid. Sid really gave Jared crap, and the other warriors really kind of were like, dude, you know, what are you doing? Um, so yeah. And he really did kind of, I guess, maybe have a legit reason. Some people don't think so. Oh, good, Christine. I'm glad he got back to you. Yeah, yeah, and see, these guys aren't perfect. And I don't want them to be perfect. No man or woman are perfect, and I don't want to portray that in a story that I write. So they're going to have their flaws. But he's so sorry, Mickey. He really is. He's really sorry. He'll make it up. That's interesting and true. Yeah, I'm going to have a bigger part for Jill. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what and how to make it happen, but yeah. And that's what I want to do. I want to make them relatable. I want, and I know this sounds so corny, um, but I want you, you know, you guys to see these guys as if I I actually have somebody that went through, for example, some wasn't the protectors. They went through. There is a Lee County. My family's from up there in Kentucky, and they were like, we felt that like, okay, where's the Lee County Wolves, and you know, I just want you guys to have these relationships with these characters like I do. That's my goal. Um, and it should be every author's goal. That should be your goal. Of course, your storyline always comes first, but your characters are so important. Whether you hate them, the bad guys, you get pissed off at the good guys, but still you still love them. Relatable is a good word for that. And that's what that's my goal in every book. Uh-oh. Oh no, Christine. All right, I'm falling way behind here. What time is it? Okay. I'm going to try not to go over. There's Becky. Becky, I'm putting you up here. Uh-oh. Becky just claimed said since 2012. I know, Becky. I miss you guys so much. You don't even know. Oh, you don't even know. Damon's coming to Louisville. I'll talk to him. I'll see what he's up to. I know. I thought that was funny. Okay, so oh shoot, I forgot I was going to tell you guys something. I totally forgot what it was. Hold on, I'll remember it. See, that's why I should have just stopped what I was doing and said it. You guys know me well now. Um, what was it? Here we go. I love it. I love it. What are you playing? What game were you? I'm here but playing a game. Francesca, what are you playing? We we all want to know. I put you up on the screen there. I know as soon as I get off here, I'll remember what I was supposed to talk to you guys about. It stinks getting old. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Genshin Impact? What is that? Oh, Donna, I should have told you what I needed to talk about. I know it's terrible, Silky. I know. I'll think of it. Anyway, so let me do this now because I know I want Justine on here. So I'm going to go a little bit backwards. Hold on, see, I'm still learning my stuff here. So what I'm trying to do each week, and we're not done with Sid and the conversation. I'm just going to do this a little bit early. So what I'm trying to do is do 3 authors during my lives. I'm on YouTube and my reader group and also my author group. And my goal is to, and I need your all's help for this too. Especially with newer authors because I don't get to read as much. I really need help finding new authors, or authors that only have a couple books out right now, at least under 4, 3 or 4. Yeah. So, because a lot of people, it just helps get people out there, and it's people that I love. And even authors that you guys will send me, because I know Carrie sent me an author, and I already had 2 that were, had more than 4 books out. So I couldn't use her, but I will be using her later. And I downloaded one of her books that I want to read, but I want to hear from you guys, somebody that you feel that, I mean, right now I have 30 people. That's 30 people. That's maybe 30 new eyes on these authors. Hopefully, as I keep doing this and on YouTube, my audience is growing on YouTube. And this is something that I truly want to do as part of this, not just talk about me and my stuff and all that. You guys already know me. So Justine Littleton, who I adore, she has a series out, the Horseman series. And her and Lila Rose authored the first book, which is Death. And she gave me a copy before it was ever published, which I was so honored about. And I absolutely adored this book. If you have not read this book, I'm going to put it up now. See, I'm all talking about it. Or this series, you have got to read this. Donna can back me on this. We are waiting, Justine, for the 3rd. I know you're busy, but you know what? We want that 3rd book. So let's go. Let's go. Her second book is Conquest, just as good as the first, and that is Justine alone. So, yeah. Has anybody read these books? I'm going back to the comments. Hey, Michelle. Hold on, I'm way up there. I muted myself last week. I'm making sure I didn't mute myself again. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's see. Hey, Nicole. Yes, she does. And Donna says, yes, we need Famon's book. ASAP. Justine, are you hearing us? Where's Justine? Where you at, girl? Sharon, do. You need to check this series out. It is so good and funny. Pam's read it. Yep. Yeah, they're funny. Brooke, you got to get that on your Kindle. We're waiting, Justine. I don't know where Justine... I hope she didn't get off. Oh, there she is. Totally understand that, Justine. Let me... You know, it's really hard, and I understand this so well. You know, especially the last couple years, a lot of stuff has happened and gone on. I don't want to sit here bumming anybody out, but yeah, I totally understand it. But no, us pushing and saying we want your books is just because we love you, and we're excited. We want that next book, but we will be here when you get it out, and we will spread the word far and wide. Me and Donna and all these girls on here. So you get your stuff together, and I'm excited you started it. So I cannot wait. Justine's like, here. It's like, where'd you go? That's my goal too. I don't know when I'm going to be able to do that, but I need to get a... This chair I'm in is down. This is Ron's work area where he does his carvings and his baits. So I'm using his computer down in his... his not really office, his work area. And this chair that I'm sitting in, and Marlene, I don't know if my old boss is on here. She may be. But if you see this, I still have my chair for my transcription days. So listen to Becky, Justine. Listen to Becky. I don't know. It's not really his man cave because he does a lot of work down here. He does my website. And we're still working with PayPal to get my buttons on the orders. So if you guys have tried to order a paperback and haven't been able to yet, we're still working on that. Yeah, that's been fun. Yeah, Gabby. Yeah, they're really good. I don't think you'll be disappointed at all. So now these two, I kind of, and I'm sorry if I miss. After we're done here, I'm going to go back through and make sure I didn't miss any questions. Ron's busy room. Yep. Let's see, where am I at? See, this is a new setup. Ron's in there working in the other room somewhere. So I'm doing all this all by myself. I haven't screwed it up yet. Okay. So the next author, I'm not calling her old. She is amazing. This kind of tells my age and when I first started writing. So my first book was a Western romance. And Roseanne Bittner, who I adore, and I got to meet when I was in Georgia. I was tongue-tied, fangirling all over the place, and she was just the sweetest person. But so who watches? Oh, I gotta get back to the comments so I don't get all behind. Who watches Yellowstone? Anybody? I know you do. I know people. Hi, Helena. Oh, Lori, thank you. I'm so glad you're here. We're just talking books and so me, I do. No, Silky, need to watch Yellowstone. You'll thank us. Completely obsessed. Okay, so if you've watched Yellowstone, who has watched 1883? Anybody? 1883. Hello, Facebook user. I don't know who you are. Who are you? What? Beth's badass. Yeah. Donna. Watch 1883. So what 1883 is, this is John Dutton, for those of you that watch Yellowstone. This is John Dutton's great-grandfather, his travel west. And it is so good. So good. But this is where this comes in. These books, these Western romances where they go on wagon trains out west, and there's romance here, there's heartache here, there's drama there. That was my go-to reads. Probably starting in high school, actually. And Roseanne Bittner, I've read not her recent work because I haven't had time, but all of her other stuff from, my gosh, way back in the day. I have read all of her books. So if you are into that kind of stuff, Yellowstone, but Yellowstone back in the 1800 type of things, these books are amazing. And she's such a good author, such a nice lady. It's a spinoff of Yellowstone. Yeah, it's a very good show. Very good show. So who's in it? Okay. Is anybody a Tim McGraw fan? Tim McGraw, Faith Hill is in it. What's his name from Roadhouse? Sexy voice. Shoot. Sam Elliott. Thank you. Sam Elliott. Amazing show. I can't recommend it enough. If you're into that kind of thing. If you're not, then I understand why you wouldn't watch it. And actually, Tim McGraw is a really good actor. Really good. So Faith Hill's a great actress too. So, yep, that's the show. Sam Elliott, I don't care how old he gets, he's still hot. Yep. So Roseanne Bittner. And then another one of my faves, and this is a totally different genre. Let me find it. Cherise Sinclair. Let me tell you. So I don't know. Some people aren't into this. I don't think she's that hardcore BDSM. I really don't. But some people just don't get into that. I mean, she's got such good storylines behind, and it's not all about, the BDSM. It's not all about that. Her storylines are amazing. Her characters are great. I know Donna's a big fan of hers. And actually, I would say pretty much she is one of the only authors in that genre that I read. But I just love her. Billy Bob Thornton would be amazing. I love Billy Bob Thornton. Billy Bob. I need to have a Billy Bob in my books. She is amazing, and I'm surprised she's not more out there, but it might be because of the genre, which I don't think is fair. But I do too, Pam. And it depends. I'm not into the hardcore, but I need a story with it, if that makes sense. So yeah, she and so I didn't mention before because I got into fangirling about Roseanne Bittner, but the Outlaw Heart series, that's a really good series for Roseanne Bittner. Then Cherise Sinclair, Masters of the Shadowlands. This is probably my favorite book of hers. Club Shadowlands. Yeah, she she absolutely does, 100%. She commented something, I can't remember what it was, it's been a while. She commented on something of mine, and I was like, oh my gosh, another fangirl moment. She's just amazing. I really enjoy her work. So those are 3, Justine. And I know Donna has put up, I should have put them up here. Donna, where are they? I'm going to have to go all through here. I still can't remember what I was going to talk to you guys about. Isn't that terrible? Be professional, they said. Write your stuff down. All right, I'm looking for... Don, are you still there? Do me a quick favor. Can you put down the links again for Justine, for Roseanne Bittner, and for Cherise Sinclair so I can find them and I can put them up here on the thing? Thank you. See, she's amazing. I love Donna. Thank you, Donna. So that's Roseanne Bittner. This is their author pages on Amazon. Okay, Justine. I'm glad you were here. I miss talking to you guys. And here is Cherise Sinclair. Oh, thank you. I don't know who you are, Facebook user, but thank you so much. Thank you for coming on here. Why is that Justine and Teresa Treadway Gableman? I was looking at the TV. That should just be Justine's. I used to not have to write things down, Pam. I used to be good to go. I can't remember. And as soon as I stop this live, I will remember. And I'll write it down and we'll talk about it next week. How's that? See ya, Mickey. I'm so glad you guys are liking this. I want to continue. I'm going to try to continue. Like I said, if I had 3 people on here that just want to talk books, that's what I'll do. And then you can go back for people that miss it, because I know it's hard for me to hit everybody's time zones. So hopefully a lot of you get to catch up. And if you do, hey, what's up? After it's played, because it's on there. So Donna said she copied my name on there. It's all good, Donna. Is there, and like I said, if you guys could, if you have an author that you know of that only has a couple books out, and just to spread the word, send me or Donna a message. And if you have an author that has more books, is well established, but you think your friends on here would want to read them, let me know, or let Donna know, and we'll do our best to get them on. Like I said, I thought, here, let me go back. It should have been the Sid show. It ends up being all the Protector show. But you got to think, Sid is in all the books. So any book that I have up here that we're doing for the week, it just doesn't have to be Sid's book, because Sid is in all the books. So I really, really wish I could remember what I was wanting to say. I should have said it when I knew it. Donna says, message me anytime about anything, and she means it, because that's just the type of person she is. And Silky is calling dibs on Sloan. I haven't heard of that author. So Lori, send me or Donna a message, so we can look her up. And if she has like a new release that's just released, or if it's the beginning of the series, let us know. Or a book that is the beginning of a series, let us know, so we can get that information. Donna always gets back with you. That's right. Oh, yeah, Sid's well liked with a lot of my readers. Sid and Jared, Slade and Sloan. I don't know. And I think that's why I try to put each character into each book. It's not easy, but I do it for you guys, because I know everybody has their favorite. And I know how disappointed I would be if I had my favorite. I want to see what's going on in their world. Yeah. Sid will be happy to hear that. Steve, not so much. Steve's a little cranky about Sid getting a book before him. Yeah, he's a little cranky. So yeah, you guys gotta bear with me. I will forget things. I think what I was thinking about, I think if I keep talking about it enough, I'll remember it. I didn't really have time to write it down, because I think I thought of it when I was saying something else. Lord. So you can see how scary it is for me when I'm writing sometimes. Ant balls. That's right. I better put that on there on the YouTube because they can't see the messages. I think I have. I think I have heard of this author. Now that you say that, Dark Seekers. I think I have heard. I'll have to check that out. But yeah, make sure that you send us a message. No, that wasn't it. He's still plucking along on that. Daggone. That's going to bug me. Does anybody have... I'm kind of looking through real quick. I don't want to get too far up there. It takes me forever. Oh, thank you, Cody. So, we are in the last stages of the contest. I don't know where I was in first, but I know the girl, the cover in second was really getting close. So if you guys can go to all author and Donna, she'll probably put that up here in a minute. If you guys can go vote for my cover on all author, I'd really appreciate it. Yep, Devin is still number one. Yeah, I didn't check. I haven't checked. We've had some car problems in this family. Poor Cody. Lord. We've been shuffling cars around and yeah. But we make it happen. This is... So if you can go vote for Devin's cover, I would truly appreciate it. I think there's like 5 days or 4 days left, and this is the last round. 4 days left. And he's ahead with 10 votes. So if they get a push... But honestly, I would be happy with first, second, or third. It's really a good way. And even... especially for new authors, Cody his cover came in third last month, but even for established authors, it's very good because it puts new eyes on your work. And to me, that's means a lot. Because anymore, I mean, you know how Facebook is and the social media, it's hard to get your stuff out there. And that's why you guys are so important by spreading the word and talking about our work. So, yeah. So 10 votes, actually 10 votes is not a lot because they could get a boost. I've gotten a couple boosts that put me up because I think I was in 5th at the very beginning, 5th or 6th. And yeah. So it would be greatly appreciated. And the other thing is, don't forget, if you are trying to order a paperback, just bear with us a little while longer. He's trying to get these buttons to work. And we're trying to work with the company, and it's just going back and forth. And so hopefully here within the next week and a half, we will get that taken care of on the website. And if you've written, oh Lord, if you bought a book off of Amazon, a paperback, and you want it signed, I do have a place on my website where you can order a book plate, and you just fill out a form. Let me know if you want it personalized or whatever, and that'll send to me and Donna both. And if I don't get it, Donna will get it and give me the information. There's Donna. Yep. You have to. Donna has read the second book of Cody's, The Ancient Ones. You guys have got to read it. Who has read? Who's read the first book? Let's see a show of Hans. There's his Amazon page. Yes. It's really important. A lot of people that don't really understand reviews helps so much, and actually even like the lower star reviews can actually help. I don't know why, but it does. I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but reviews do help. I try not to get in my head too much. I have learned a lot from my reviews, and some I have not. And I try to tell, like, authors that are first starting out is, everybody has an opinion. Everybody has an opinion, and it may not be that great, but you know what? That's fine. Just if you can learn from it, great. If you can't, then you just got to put it aside if it's a lower review. That happens. So you guys, so if you've read the Ancient Ones, the first one, the second one is, yeah. There was a lot of wow moments for me, and to get me on wow moments, like I did not see that coming. Yeah, that's pretty hard to do in movies, and there's only a few movies that have actually like surprised me. I usually can sit here and I always look at moms like, you want to know what's going to happen, and sometimes, especially if it's a scary one, she'll say, yeah, what's happening, and I'll tell her. But yeah, he got me good on a couple of them. I was so proud. Thank you, Lori. Yeah, we'll definitely look into that. And then Donna put up the book plate. So, guys, I'm going to rack my brain for what it was I was going to talk to you guys about. It wasn't planned, that we all know, because I didn't have it written down. But the other thing is, if there's something that, just any questions that you want to ask me, even if it doesn't have to do with the books, I'm pretty much an open book. And the ones that have watched my lives that I've done before, you know me, I'm an open book. So if you do have, maybe you want to write a book, if you want me to talk about some of the things I've been through with that, or you're thinking about writing a book, I will be totally honest with you guys. Let me know what you want to talk about. Jess, you've got me thinking this. Was it you, the last one that said this, Jessa, about the sequel to Claiming Jade? Do Sid's line just come easy to you, or do you go over? No. The choo-choo, that just happened. I sometimes I think, because I grew up with a brother that had comebacks for everything. My brother was the king of comebacks, could get you laughing, and I'm like that. Cody's like that. Ron's like that. We kind of not mean. Well, sometimes we are, but we just have comebacks that just come out of the blue. And I don't know if it's just something I grew up with, being around my brother, and I had to try to top my brother. And I don't know if that's where that kind of, you know, um, dialogue for me comes into play. I mean, I guess it would have to be, because I don't sit there and think about it. I just write, and it just comes out. The amp balls with Steve, Jared and Sid going back and forth, driving Sloan nuts. That just all seems natural, and I don't know if it's because of the atmosphere that I grew up in. Um, I wish I had a better answer for that. And there is so many things that I've written that I've reread, and I'm like, where did I even come up with that? I have no idea. So, yeah, my family, with each other, we have no filter. None. There you are, Carrie. Yeah, it is sarcasm. It's in all good fun, you know, and we're pretty good at it. I know Cody and Ron were going back and forth. I'm not going to say what it was about, but it really cracked me up when Ron thought it was pretty funny, because he thought he got Cody, but Cody really got him back. And yeah, so I can't say what it was because I don't, yeah. But I guess that's how that kind of stuff comes up, you know, in my dialogue. I mean, I have a filter with, strangers, if they're decent people. If they're coming after my family, I have no filter at all. Or my friends. Oh, I didn't see that one. Lori, I wanted to have like a group of vampires that weren't your normal vampires. They walked out in the day, people knew about them. Humans kind of, depended on them for safety against rogue vampires. So that's kind of where the idea came from. I had read other paranormal vampire books, and it was the ones that I read were more or less kind of the vampires from old, where they could only survive on blood, which mine only survive on blood, but they also eat food. They enjoy food, except Damon hates pizza. But I wanted them out in the open. I wanted people to know about them. I wanted, and there's still some prejudice, you can see in the pizza scene that I'm talking about with Damon, they're looking at him, either frightened or with hate, with that prejudice. So, I wanted to bring all of that kind of stuff into light. I didn't want them to be the mean, scary, even though they can be badass and all that, but I wanted them to be the good guys. So yeah, I hope that answered your question. And the Protectors, I thought, well, what better name than the Protectors? And then I found out that there was a show a while back that was called The Protectors. So, yeah, that's one thing that I never really looked into to see if there was any other series or anything like that called The Protectors. And I've seen one, but I think it's The Protector. But I don't know if there was an S on that or not, but I did check the date and mine was out before. So, I try to be careful about that too. Especially now that I know more about when I first started writing, and I'm going way over time, I said I was going to be done at 8, and I'm not. When I first started writing, I pretty much didn't know what I was doing. And I had to learn all that stuff on my own. So now I'm very careful. I try to, I'd use stock photo on most of my book covers, and I try to be careful to where it's not exactly like another author's photo. So, Ron's able to work it and change it up a bit. So if somebody does use the same cover picture, that it's not identical. So, all right, I think I've gotten everybody. I was so going to be done at 8. I talk too much. I used to never talk. Ron's grandpa called me squeaky because I never said a word. And now you can't get me to shut up. All right. Answer Dreams was the name of that book. I don't know. It's a good book. Okay, it's a good storyline. I mean, it needs to be rewritten. Terribly done. It was terribly. Oh my gosh, some of the stuff that I wrote, and the help of Becky, my editor. Oh my gosh, she's amazing. But I've learned a lot from that first book. So, yeah. I learned a lot from writing the first. I don't know, Donna. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Did you ever read it, Donna? I've never given. Well, I don't have it. I'd have to retype it because it's on those big floppy disk things, and I can't get it off of it. That's how long ago it was. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad you. I love hearing when somebody has just finished a series for the first time and how you felt about it. Nope, never read it. Well, I would have to retype it, which means that would pull me off of Lana's book. So I don't think you want me to do that because you've been yelling at me. So, but you guys, it's almost 8:30. I am going to get off here, and we will talk again. Hey now. But I've got some other stuff too. See, here goes a squirrel moment. I have other stuff that I haven't written, or I've written, but and some of them is part. I think Claiming Jade, maybe it was Claiming Jade, was one book that was kind of pulled out of a notebook that I started to write, and I just took that idea and published it. It's, yeah. So does that mean what I think it means, Helena? Does it? I gotta eat. My stomach's growling. My squirrels are all over the place, Nora. My squirrels just come and go and run around. And so me and Helena are playing Horizon. Does anybody know what that is? Let's see, Helena, if anybody knows. If anybody's a Horizon lover. You're going to have to give me a few minutes so I can eat and let the dogs go out. Oh, Jess, I didn't know that. I didn't know Claiming Jade was your first. Oh, that makes me feel good because, those books, they're pretty short. So that makes me a little nervous sometimes when they're short. But a lot of times when you do the short ones for like a box set, the reason is to get new readers. So I'm glad that worked. I know I'm running way behind. Ron's peeking at me. Thank you, Bella. I love your name. I will be on soon, Helena. Oh no. I have to do every night. I have to do. I play, I work, I play, and then I work again. So, yeah. I do work after I get done playing. I promised, honestly. I shouldn't have said anything. Now I'm in trouble, Helena. All right, guys. I want to end this. I will see you guys next week. I'm glad you're enjoying this because I am. I like talking to you guys. Except that one morning, it was like 3:30 in the morning. That was, yeah. I didn't work that night. Donna, don't believe me. I got to quit talking to you guys. Stop me. See what Emily said, Donna? Oh, yeah. Denise, thank you. Okay, real quick. Before we go, we didn't do the contest. Oh, this is terrible. Somebody needs to keep me on track. So we're going to do a contest. Let me get going. Ron, help me. What do I do? The share screen. Oh, here we go. You guys have to do. Where's it at? Hold on, guys. They're already doing it. Hashtag Sid, all lowercase. And nothing else. No space, no nothing. Do I go ahead and hit start collecting names? No. Yeah. It's not working. It's not doing it. Here we go.
We've collected them. It's got 16 entries.
Here we go. Somebody just went up and it didn't go. See, there looks like there's more than 16. All right, guys, here we go. I'm going to draw. You ready? Oh, I didn't take Sid off. Sid's hiding some of your name. Nikki. Woo. Look at all that confetti coming from Sid. Oh, shit. Congrats, Nikki. Just message me if you already have Sid. If you already have Sid and you want a different book, let me know and we'll work it out. And if you have all the books signed, then we'll figure something else out. So congratulations. All right, guys, I'm going to get off here and I will talk to you next week.